Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike, and in the last 2 weeks, we have blessed that Mr. Doug, he was here. He spent a lot of time to help us with English and share with us a lot of good things. And before Mr. Doug visited Vietnam 4 or 5 times, but mostly he stayed in District 1 in the tourist area. But this time he stayed with us in the local Vietnamese, and he enjoyed everything. So we would like to take a short time to ask him about his experience. Mr. Doug, in last 2 weeks, you spent a lot of time with Vietnamese local and many young Vietnamese people. So how did you feel? What is the difference between your previous time visit and this time?
Well, I would first of all thank Vietnam and the Vietnamese people for being such a great host to me. You know, I've traveled to about 14 different countries, and in each country I go, I like to stay with the local people. But when I first come to every nation, I'll stay in the hotel, stay in the tourist district. But after some time, I get tired of the tourist district. I like to experience life with the locals. So I'm so happy that I could come out to Phu Nhuon district and see how people, the normal Vietnamese people, live, and waking up in the morning, walking in the park, and they're dancing in the park and playing games in the park, and to see how the people eat in the home. And it's such a blessing to touch normal life in Vietnam and not be with the tourist. And I've tried to do that in every place. You know, when I went to Africa, I stayed in a hotel with my American friends, but one day I got an opportunity. There was a church in Africa that invited me to come stay with them, and so I got on a bicycle and I followed all of the African pastors and the teachers of the church, and we crossed rivers. I can remember riding my bicycle across a river in Africa, and I went into the jungle where there was no other foreigner and no other white man, and I was surrounded by all the Africans and stayed with them. You know, I did the same thing in Costa Rica, which is, you know, south of Mexico in the Spanish-speaking world, and so I took a trip with my American friends to Costa Rica, and we stayed in a hotel. But then I had an opportunity that there was a family that asked me to live in their home, and they lived in a small little slum favela, and their home was smaller than this room right here, and it was separated by curtains, so that there would be a bedroom here and a bedroom there, but there was no wall, but only a curtain, and then a curtain for the kitchen. And so they gave me the best room in their favela slum. And I remember waking up in the morning in Costa Rica, not speaking the Spanish language, but having a great fellowship with the local people in Costa Rica, and playing football in the rain. We, you know, just like you, we like to play football there also, you know. And here in Vietnam, I've been able to kick the football with my friend Thean. And so in the morning, I used to get up in Costa Rica and play football with the children on the streets. I remember it started raining, and we didn't care if it was raining, we just kept playing the football. And I was a local man, even though I was a foreigner, they accepted me as a local man, you know. So in Costa Rica, Zambia, Africa, I had that experience. And I lived in India for 10 years, and I went into the slums of India and I sat with the people. I went to the villages of India and I got to experience the true local people. And so when I came to Vietnam, I wanted to do the same thing, and I found the hospitality of the Vietnamese people is top notch. You know, in America we have this saying, top notch. That means the notch is the highest, the top. So the Vietnamese people have the hospitality that is the top. So I'm very blessed by that.
And also you spend a lot of time with Vietnamese young student who is trying to learn English. So 2 small questions on this is the first one. What do you think about their learning, English learning? And second, when you try to help them with their English. Did you find something more in them?
Well, I was very shocked at how hungry the Vietnamese young people are to learn English and to learn all things, to gain wisdom and knowledge and understanding of many things, that they're open to other cultures, open to new ideas. It's very shocking because in many other nations, people are so closed in their traditions, and people are living their small life away from any influence of the outside world. And the young Vietnamese people, they want to know what's happening in the world, and they want to learn everything that they can. And to learn English helps them to learn many things, because English is the language of the internet. English is the language of movies. English is the language of, so many books and education around the world. English is the world's language.
Okay.
So Vietnamese people are very motivated to learn English so that they can learn everything. But what I was most shocked with was that so many Vietnamese will take their free time where they can be out having a party, but they don't go out for the party. They go to learn English, and they go to make friends. They go to get an experience in education. Even the English class, they're not getting credit for that, It's not an official university program. It's just a volunteer program to learn English, and still they come. It's very shocking that they would come every evening, come in the morning, and they will travel a long distance also.
Yeah.
If someone lives in District 9, they'll travel all the way to Phu Nhuon District to meet us.
Yeah.
If someone lives over in District 12, they'll travel all the way to Binh Thanh, and if someone stays in District 1, they'll travel all the way out to Go Bop District. And people are willing to travel anywhere in Ho Chi Minh City if they believe that they're going to learn something amazing and meet some good friends. And they're sacrificing their free time, they're sacrificing their fun times so that they can have a good education. So this is very shocking. The Vietnamese people are different than most other nations.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, and another question, like when you trying to help them with their English, I saw that you share with them a lot and they listen to you. And did you find something in them?
They're quick learners. When I would teach a phrase in English and a grammar in English, the new vocabulary words, it seemed very quickly they understood it, they memorized it, and the next day they did not forget it. They remembered and they kept it in their mind, and they practiced it, and now they're speaking with those words. And so the Vietnamese have been very quick learners, and I feel they also have a hunger for something more. I think the Vietnamese people have a hunger to know the meaning of life. They want to know why they're living on the earth and what is the purpose for their life. The Vietnamese want to know what is truth, what is the correct way that we are designed, and if there's a designer, if there's an engineer, we want to know how did they engineer and design us, and how can they better themselves by learning even extra education that they're not paying for it, but they're paying for it with their sacrifice of their time, and they're hungry to know that.
Okay. So we are so thankful that you have been teaching us English, and something more than that is about your heart. You taught us about love, compassion, mercy, forgiveness, and all kind of good things we never knew before. And I mean, it's blessing. And so you are learning Vietnamese, right?
I'm trying to learn some Vietnamese. I have a teacher, a tutor, and so stay tuned for future videos, and I will speak to you in Vietnamese. But the Vietnamese I'm learning, it's called Mercy Vietnamese.
Okay.
But today we're teaching Mercy English.
Yeah.
So everything is about mercy, which I think is a very surprise to many of the Vietnamese, because many young people in Vietnam, they have a bad experience with no mercy. Maybe they faced a teacher at a school or administration that was very strict, and if they made one mistake, slap, there was no mercy. You know? like why you didn't say it correctly and you have to pronounce exactly perfect. But when you talk about mercy, you're talking about people who never meet the perfection, but they're trying.
Mhm.
And so there's mercy shown to them, and kindness and compassion, and that motivates them to improve themselves. Not the strict perfection of expecting people to be perfect, you know?
Yeah.
We should never shame people if they are not perfect,
Yeah.
because no one's perfect.
Yeah.
And the proud person who tries to shame people, he himself is a hypocrite who is only shaming people because he himself is shamed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's why we call this Mercy English
Yeah.
and Mercy Vietnamese.
Okay.
So please, when I learn the Vietnamese language, don't laugh at me, but just help me.
Okay.
Huh? And if I mispronounce something,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you can understand it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to endure my accent.
Okay. Okay. So what is your Vietnamese name?
Okay, so all of the students that I'm teaching this week, they helped me to select a Vietnamese name, and I chose a name that I wanted to reflect my character, which is I'm a deep thinker.
Okay.
You told me that the name Duy was
Duy.
fitting to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Tư duy. Yeah.
So my name is Duy,
Okay. Okay. And can you say my name in Vietnamese?
and my friend here, his name is Tê An.
Yeah. Yeah. And our cameraman.
Well, our cameraman, we're calling him, we're calling him Steven, but his real name is Zu.
Okay. Correct. Correct. Yeah. You can see that our friend is learning Vietnamese, and with us, he's doing well. He speak correctly his name, our name, and our camera name, and we always told him that take it easy, and
Yeah.
everything will be fine. So it is a mercy. Mercy means you put yourself in others and think and feel like, oh, nobody is perfect. So I received mercy from Mr. Duck when he taught me English a long time ago. He never judged me. He never tried to correct me if he knew that I will be hurt for that. And he always loved and encouraged me. So that is the reason we call our channel is Mercy English, because mercy including forgiveness and love. And for us, love is all we need, and all we need is love. And so thank you, Mr. Duck, again, and we are hopefully that you will be back on July and continue to help people with your English, and also share more with the people about love, forgiveness, mercy. We need more in here, and hopefully you have a good trip back to America. Yeah.
Okay, I hope to see you again soon.
Okay. Thank you.
You would say goodbye.
Goodbye. Xin chào.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We will say xin chào. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.